ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Learn with Nia show. This is a space where we rise, we glow, we shine, and of course, we level up together. I am so happy you're here today because this channel is all about positive energy, good vibes, real conversations, and also inspiring you to level up your life one day at a time. Yes, I have a message for you today. So come along, brave ones. Yes, my name is Nee-ya-ma. You can call me Nia. And this message speaks for you. Please like, share, comment. Let me know where you're watching from. I would love to hear your thoughts. All right, listen up. Haters gonna hate. We keep elevating no matter what, okay? Let's continue uplifting the masses and inspiring people out there. There's so many people that need your light, so shine it bright, okay? So the format of the live stream is the phone, and it's going to be this instead of you seeing my face and having to see people coming and going into my living room. I know it can be distracting. All right, listen up, okay? This lady or these men that are hating on you, they are your secret admirers. That's what I said. They like you deep down, but they hate to admit it. They see that you are a good person, you're doing things good, you're helping out there, you're being a blessing to someone, and they wish they could have achieved half of the thing that you have accomplished. That's truly what I think. That's my opinion. And we agree to disagree. All right. These people are irrelevant haters, and you don't explain yourself to haters. And of course, now they're mad at you. Listen to this amazing lady. She has a channel on YouTube. It's got all things woman. I love how she explained and she broke it down absolutely fantastically. Listen up, okay?
You don't need to explain yourself to them. They're irrelevant. Haters, jealous people, people who are trying to make your life hard, they're irrelevant. You don't need to explain why you do what you do, how you do what you do, why you feel a certain way, why you responded or reacted a certain way. People who are haters, jealous, miserable, and or toxic, they know exactly what they're doing. They know the reason why you're mad at them. They know the reason why you don't deal with them. They know the reason why you are choosing to stay away from them. People who are jealous, miserable, and haters, they know exactly what they're doing. But they act delusional because they want to guilt you into somehow apologizing for stating the obvious. See, if you're a woman who doesn't deal with people's crazy behavior and you don't let them, manipulate you and trick you into dealing with the bad behavior, they look at you as if you had no right to speak up. You had no right to get distant. You had no right to remove your presence from them. Some people, they want to be able to make your life miserable in peace. And when you don't give them that, suddenly they want an explanation. You don't explain yourself to haters, jealous, miserable people. They're irrelevant. What do I mean by they're irrelevant? People who deliberately go out of their way to make your life miserable as possible, people who get a kick out of getting a rise out of you, out of getting you frustrated and angered, people who do nothing but bring drama and chaos into your life, they are irrelevant. Those people you can easily walk away from and not care. And I know some people might say that's a little bit savage, that's a little bit crazy. That doesn't really sound godly. How about this? If you are protecting yourself from the enemy and you're not to engage with the enemy, why would you surround yourself with your enemies who are constantly making things hard for you? That's not godly. See, people try to use, sometimes spirituality and giving people grace and those kind of things to trick you into dealing with disrespectful and downright dangerous behavior. And that's something we don't do. Unbothered, leveled up, focused, feminine, unapologetically wise, discerning women don't deal with people who try to make their life miserable. They're irrelevant. And you're not wasting your time trying to get in their good graces and figure out why they are acting toxic, why they're being a hater, why they're being jealous and envious, why they're just trying to make things hard for you. If people have a pattern of doing things to try to trigger you to some kind of anger, that's a wicked spirit, in my opinion. People who go out of their way to try to get you to feel bad and try to bring some kind of drama and chaos into your life, they're just full of turmoil. Those kind of people will never let you see peace. Those kind of people actually see you doing well and they deliberately come into your life to bring some kind of negativity. They call it like a reality check, as if living a positive life, trying to focus on God as much as possible, working and doing what you need to do for yourself as a woman, as a person. They don't see that as normal. They like to shake things up with a little dysfunction. But see, you don't explain yourself to people who are irrelevant. See, haters, jealous people, miserable people who try to make life hard for you, they're irrelevant. And you're not going to explain the reason why you dismiss them from your life. You're not going to explain the reason why you might have had a moment of getting frustrated or angered. People who are toxic and miserable and like to play the victim when they've been found out to be a hater or they've been found out to be a toxic person, they like to reverse it and make you appear as if you are the villain, as if you are the problem, as if you are the one who needs to be dealt with simply because you dealt with them. And see, it comes to a point in life, especially for women, the more calm you become, the more focused you become, the more you just crave and love and enjoy peace, the less appealing drama is to you. Drama and its cousin chaos and just all the things that resemble that kind of life, you want no parts of it. You don't want any parts of people who come into your life to try to shake things up. They think it's somehow being fun or intriguing when actually it's just dysfunction and chaos and a whole lot of hateration. You don't have to explain yourself to irrelevant people. They're haters. You don't owe them an explanation. Women who decide that, I don't want this for me anymore. I don't want to be associated with certain types of people. You'll have some people who will look at you as if you are making yourself out to be more than what you actually are. And see, people who look at you in that way, it's generally because they don't have any self-worth. They don't have any self-love, and they really don't have anything to focus on in their lives. They're just agents of chaos. And see, when you're a woman who starts recognizing or you start, beginning to understand that being filled with drama, always having issues, always having problems, that's not normal. And people who are programmed for drama, people who are programmed for chaos, they'll say that you're a little sensitive, you're a little soft, simply because there are certain things you don't want to deal with. And that's when they want you to explain yourself. I don't understand why you're acting this way. I don't understand. And this is the kicker. For some people, when you recognize their bad behavior, they want to say, oh, you're being disrespectful. Do you know how demeaning it is to tell a grown woman when she responds to somebody's negativity, somebody's jealousy, envy, or just all out toxicity toward her? They respond with, you're being disrespectful. That is like a slap in the face. As grown women, some people really like to treat you as if you are like, what did they used to say back in the day? You just fell off the turnip truck. Some people treat you as if you have no right to even recognize the toxic things they're doing. And when you do, they try to shift the blame, try to turn things around and make it seem like you're the problem. They're the problem. And you don't owe them any explanation.
Oh my God.
People who are jealous and envious and haters.
Oh my God. Look who's here on the chat. Hey, Jeff. Mic Drop BBQ in the house. Oh my God. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome, Jeff. Good to see you, my friend. You're going to live a long life. I'm going to come to visit. Yes, I'm going to go to Arizona. I'll let you know when I'm coming. When I come visit. You're part of the amazing, amazing tribe that I enjoy watching and I celebrate, I respect, and I admire. Yes, I'm coming. Oh, you coming? Yes, finally. Thank you, thank you. Yes, I'm glad you're getting some IMS. Yes, please do so because you don't want the infection to grow and to get to the other eye. You never know. And please be careful. Don't rub it. Don't touch it. I know you're always on your car doing repairs. Make sure that your hands very clean before you touch. I know sometimes it can be so. I know it happens to me where I want to touch it, where I want to scratch when it's itching. But yes, be careful. I'm so happy finally, you can take care of it. Yes, very good. Yes, I'm coming, definitely. I just got a new job, so I'm starting on Monday as a home care assistant. Super happy, super happy. And I got one patient. They called me this morning. The lady said, we offer you one patient. You want to do uh, Monday to Thursday? I said, yeah, yeah, 12 hours. I'll do it. So 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Yes, I heard like 120 degrees. Did you get in Phoenix? Jeff says from the mic drop BBQ, summers are blazing hot, so make sure it's good weather. Yeah, could be rust gut in my eye. It floats around easy. Thank you so much, Jeff. I've been dreaming to go back to the home health care agency so I can work for the state. So I'm back. I'm back. Yeah, I'm working for the state. So yes, and it's good money, good pay, 4 days a week. I get my Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I'm gonna use Friday, Saturday, Sunday to come to your to your neighborhood. I let you know when I'm coming. Yeah, I'm grabbing that money, making that money. I'm planning to get a new place. Finally, I'm leaving my kid's apartment. I think it's time to get out of the apartment. But I call it home also here. But yeah, that's my kid's place. So yeah, I'm moving. I'm super excited. It's our 2026. That's our year. Like I said, like you said, 2026 is our year. Yeah. Super, super happy, super, super blessed. Every blessing keep coming and pouring. Jeff said, bet I will have the pool filled by the time you make it. Yes, yes, yes. I want to swim. I was dreaming, daydreaming of being inside your swimming pool and swimming. So probably it's March almost, right? So probably April. I think April around April 11. I don't know. Let me check the calendar. April. Let me see. I'm on my computer. April calendar. You know how I love the number 11. I live on the 11th floor and I was divorced on the 11th. My first love was born on the 11th. I got a $11,000 settlement from the city of New York when I broke my front teeth and I had a freak accident. I fell on the pavement, and they awarded me $11,000. So 11, that number has been following me for decades, a long time. April. Wow, look at that. April 11 is actually a Saturday. That's perfect. So I will probably fly maybe as soon as I'm done with my patient, come grab my luggage, my baggage, probably leave the evening, the night of April 9th. And then I stay in Arizona Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, super, super exciting. Pool and margaritas. Yeah. Halal margaritas for Gnama. You know I don't drink alcohol, so you better have the non-alcoholic drinks. Or I make sure I bring some. Yes, you have to. You have to lead through life. Jeff says leading you through life. Exactly. And stay positive. Always have attitude, gratitude. Yeah, you know, Jeff, when I used to go clubbing in my younger days. And also there was days where I would just go just to, you know how you feel alone in this life, even when you are surrounded by people. So I would just chill out and I want to be surrounded by people. So I would just go to the club and I'd be there and dance. Don't talk to anybody. Just be close to the DJ and just dancing, minding my own business. But yeah, I always used to drink how you call it, cranberry juice. That was my dream, my dream, my drink of choice, cranberry, or I would get ginger ale or water. Yeah, the last time I went to the club, I went to the what's the name, Hotel Chantel in here in New York City in Lower Manhattan. That was to celebrate my 52nd birthday. That was about, I would say, a month ago. And I said, that's it, I'm done. And then I went back 2 weeks later and I said, okay, that's it, yeah, man. No more clubbing, no more dancing outside, outdoors. But yeah, it's life, you know. I have to remain positive, stay positive. Jeff says, always solve problems. The ways my days go, always fixing something in the world. I used to drink 7 up. Oh yeah, 7 Up from 7 Ginge. I used to drink 7 Up too. My favorite drink was Sprite, and I remember my mom would buy us all the sodas: Fanta, Coca Cola, Pepsi, 7 Up, Sprite. So I grew up with all these sugary drinks inside my stomach, inside my system, and I think that's what caused, and also, you know, the fake food that they give you here in America. That's what caused my arthritis to develop. But it's getting better. It's getting better. But big shout out to you, Jeff. I'm so proud of you. I've been watching your content. You are so funny. You make me laugh. Jeff says, I don't club either. Too relaxed. Yeah, I'm very chill as a person. And yeah, I used to, that was a long time ago where it was every weekend out, out, out. I started that when I was living in London, when I was an au pair and in Manchester in the UK in the late 90s, living the life, especially knowing where I was in France, living with my parents, and they were strict when it comes to going out. So we would go together as a family, like my parents and the siblings. We would go to parties, marriage, weddings, how you call it, not baptism, but baby showers, parties. It would always be our whole family, like parents, our uncles, aunties, African Muslim people, and we had Christian, Jewish relative, family members. Because in my family, I have white people, Christian, Arabs, Jewish people. We love everyone. You know, us African from Senegal, from that part of the world, we're not discriminating here. Yeah. We all heads here now. In our 50s, it's time to just relax. Keep it drama free, of course. So yes, I'm not going to be able to come on live at 10, 11 p.m. like I've been doing this past few days. But I really appreciate everyone that has been tuning in, people that my message resonating with them, that they can relate to my story, to the thing that I have been sharing. And I'm super transparent. As you know, I overshare. I tell it like it is. I don't care. I always been this type of person. I wear my heart on my sleeve, like they say. Yay! Congrats. Awesome. Bravo. Just say, got my eye meds, headed to the truck now. Okay, wonderful. Make sure to get my Jeep seat ready, okay? You know, Jeep Wrangler, my favorite vehicle of all time, my favorite car. So I'm super excited and looking forward to going there and sitting down. I never sat in a Jeep Wrangler. I sat in a sport car. I was dating that guy. That where was he from? Where was he from? Here in New York City. That was like about 2 years ago, and I was so excited. I'm like, yeah, my first time in a sport car. I think he was Irish, Italian. Yes, I've never been in a Jeep Wrangler, so I'm super excited, super looking forward to. And super looking forward to meeting you, Jeff, in person. Finally. Yeah, around April. Yeah, hopefully near the end or mid-April. I'll let you know for sure. Yeah, the Jeep life. I have some pictures I took about, I would say, my son is 13, so about 10 years. Was it 10 years ago? With Jeeps from here, the city, New York. I would just go around the city. As soon as I spot a Jeep, I would take pictures. So yeah, the live stream is how you will encounter haters, online trolls, people on the internet, as well as when you walk outside at your workplace, in a grocery store. You will find people that will look at you from head to toe, that will talk about you behind your back or when you're passing by. Don't worry, these are your secret admirers, these are your haters. Use them as your fuel, as your motivation. Jeff said, I'm just a regular guy with dogs. Nothing spectacular. But you have been encouraging people online. You have been changing lives, in ways that you probably have no idea. People look up to you. There's a lot of individuals out there that have changed their lives thanks to you. They have improved even their finances with your videos about how to make money as an entrepreneur, as a driver, ride share, independent contractor with and using Uber and Lyft apps so you can earn more money, have additional streams of income. So you have done a lot of goodness out there, Jeff. I'm sure your tribe is super, super grateful for all the good things you have done in this life so far. So yes, I was listening to this lady. She has an amazing channel called All Things Woman. And the title of the video that I was sharing with you, the audio. These people are irrelevant haters, and you don't explain yourself to haters. Now they are mad. Yeah, you don't need to explain yourself. You're own grown person. You do what you want to do, what you enjoy doing. Don't worry about that. I push people to make money. Yes, especially to stop relying on the government. Well, I mean, welfare assistance is very, very crucial for certain people that have no ways of paying their bills, putting food on the table, taking care of their families. But there's some people that will use it, but abuse it. Like they have the money, they could pay their rent, but still ask for cash assistance to pay their rent. They still have money, plenty money on the side to buy food, but they will use that money to go have their hair done, their nail done, maybe their butt BBL done, and not use that money to buy food. So this is what I'm talking about. There's this type of people. No, you definitely don't want them to abuse the system. But other people, single parents that are struggling, they can't find work. I remember when I used to be unemployed. Thank God, at one point, for a whole year, I was able to receive an unemployment benefit, and I was very, very thankful for that. But there was a point about 4 or 5 years I was not finding work. Everywhere I would turn, I couldn't get employment. So this is what I'm talking about. These type of people deserve help, the assistance. But then when you know that you are able to finally take care of yourself on your own, then you shouldn't abuse the system. You should let other people that truly are in need benefit from it. So yes, go to Jeff's channel. It's called the Mic Drop BBQ, and it's an amazing channel. I think Jeff has almost 23,000 subscribers. Okay, let me go check it out right now. He's from Arizona. He's a personal driver. He's helping the masses out there get right with their money. Yeah, 22.6 thousand subscribers. The Mic Drop BBQ. And that's what his bio says. One of the only podcasts that will show you the reality of how to make money, but also have a good time cooking up some clever content for serious laughs. Yes, and we definitely have serious laughs with Jeff. And he also has a website you can go to where he's showcasing his merchandise. He's selling T-shirts. One of them say, "Ain't no fucking way," excuse my French, ANFW production. He has another shirt that says, "I represent chat." It's the YouTube podcast logo, and you see the mic on his hand. And then you have another shirt with the 300 right share with Jeff and his awesome Jeep Wrangler right there. Then you have another shirt, right share driver. You can send him some cash through Cash App, Venmo, and Zelle. There's another of his shirt that says Declinology, the art of declining bad offers. And decline the Uber certified shirt. There's another one that says Uber and Lyft steal fares and tips. And I agree because I remember when I used to be a delivery driver, there was some tips that did not come to me. Then he has a shirt that says, "You good?" Absolutely. I love that word. Absolutely. Yeah. Then there's another one that says, "I'll tip you" on the app. So yes, go to his website, go to his channel, and support his platform because he's one of the realest out there. Jeff from the Mike Drop BBQ channel. Thank you so much, Jeff, for your support and for being a real one. I really appreciate you. All right, let's continue listening to that lady.
They want you to explain the reason why you are the way you are, why you don't let them do what they want to do to you. And unfortunately, I've been in this situation where I've had people actually try to make me feel bad for not tolerating their toxic behavior.
That's right.
They try to make me feel bad for...
Yeah, Jeff, you went very fast from 18,000 to boom, almost 25,000 is going to be soon. Progress, always progress. We keep moving, exactly. It's all good.
Not accepting the fact that, you know what, this person is showing a little bit of envy. They're always saying something negative. They're always kind of putting down what I'm doing. I don't have to deal with it.
No, we don't have to deal with negativity. It's all good here and Learn with Nia show. Remember how I said earlier, it's positive energy, good vibes, real conversations. We keep it real no matter what. We tell it like it is, no matter how much the haters hate it. Live your life. Live your life. Go out there. Shine bright your light. Be you unapologetically, no matter what. I'm here munching on sunflower seed. That's what you can hear, probably the sound of it. So I'm cracking the seed and eating them. It's my addiction right now, my drug. Okay, let's continue listening.
With this. And God forbid you kind of just state the obvious about the person, because this is the quiet part out loud. You'll normally be hated on by people who are not doing as great as you, or they're not even trying to do what you're doing, but because they see you doing it, because they see you living it, suddenly you're the bad guy. And now they want to bring all this negative energy into your life in an attempt to get you out of character, out of alignment, and unfocused. These people are irrelevant, and you do not owe them any explanation.
You don't owe anyone any explanation. Go out there, live your own life, and they are irrelevant. They don't matter. You don't even put them in any category. Don't even think about it. Go out there, enjoy life to the fullest, and do what you have to do for yourself, for your family. If you have a community that count and that really are there to support you, that's it. Focus. It's all about focus, where you put your attention to, where you direct your attention, and continue being you. Be real. Keep it authentic, genuine, and keep smiling. That's it. Keep counting your blessings.
Nation. And this is not about classism. This is not about elitism. You're not looking down on someone. You're dealing with the people who are trying to come up against you. The one delusion that many people believe is that somehow you're supposed to take mistreatment laying down. And you, as a woman, you're not going to take somebody's jealousy, somebody's envy, somebody's hateration, somebody's toxic behavior. You're not going to just take that laying down and say, you know what, whatever. No, you're either going to ignore them, you're going to get away from them,
Yeah.
or if you have to be around them,
Get away
you're
from
going to
me.
make sure that they are not able to
Demon.
comfortably disrespect you. You're going to make sure that they're not comfortably able to get away with the things they're trying to do without them being aware that you know. You see, people who are haters, who are jealous.
I know a lot. I don't say much when I see them, but I know and I see a lot. Yes. Exactly, Jeff. They are demons, demonic entities in human forms. That's what I say. Demonic. Satan, get away from me. Yes, they're jealous, they're envious, they hate when they see people that are attracted to you, people that like you. So they will like sabotage you. I remember I would try to get customers. I used to braid hair, I used to do braids. And I would have neighbors where I used to live back in the Lower East Side, Manhattan, near Chinatown, and they would do everything to prevent me from earning my money from customers. They will tell lies about me. Yeah, she's a con artist. She's a fraud. She's a liar. She's doing things just for people to say she's nice. She's kind. She's generous. One day, I helped this man, a homeless guy, where he used to beg money right outside the accountant business that I used to work with, right? Doing income tax, divorce, bankruptcy, immigration stuff. I would give that man money. I even bought him pizza. We had a pizza just next door. And I felt so bad for him. So he said one day that he's looking for work. So I said, I'm going to help you. So I told him, come into the office. I let him use the computer. I helped him. I walk him through signing up with DoorDash and everything. Guess what this guy did? And I gave him my bicycle. I gave him the gear. This man turned around and started insulting me. And one day he even texted me, starting threatening me, using foul language, calling me all type of word. And I couldn't believe it. I did nothing to this guy. I helped him, and he turned around and acted this way towards me. I was so shocked. I said, sometimes you're nice to people and they turn and stab you in the back and also right in your face, being so disrespectful, condescending, and hating. I was so shocked. That's why I said sometimes I just mind my business and I don't try to help people because, and this is not the first time that happened to me, a few times where people would turn against me for no apparent reason, or stop texting me, ignore me, block me out of nowhere. And I never understood until one day a lady told me, no, these people, they are either reading stuff about you online, Googling you, finding out who you are. And maybe other people, your haters, wrote stuff about you. And these people already judge you without even knowing you. And that happened because I know my ex had a ex brother-in-law that went and wrote some negative stuff about me, some lies about me, and I think he went through all my Google Plus contacts. So a lot of people found out about these things. There was accusation, but it was false, slandering me, defamation. So people stopped trusting me and they turned against me. I said, you know what? You prefer and you choose to obey, to leave someone else rather than listening to what I have to say. And you know me, you interacted with me. So I said, okay, bye. That's your loss, not mine. I haven't done anything. And whatever that person went there to write about me, it's lies. But you choose to believe those lies. That's on you. So yeah, be careful of fake people, people that are trying to sabotage, ruin your life, and destroy your image and how other people view you. It has happened to me for the past 20 years since I've been here in New York. And a lot of people here are very mean, very fake. It's crazy. Crazy. Yeah, protect yourself.
Jealous and toxic, They're depending on you to be delusional. They're depending on you to be the kind of woman that says, you know what, that's just how they are. That's just how she is. I can't stand people, and this is a little bit of a sidebar. I can't stand people who pass off their toxic, miserable, bad personality as somehow that's just how they are.
All right, that's enough of her. She did an amazing job. But yeah, let's get to someone else also that I like and that I listen to. But it's more positive, positive, motivational. Okay, let's go and find out about her. Her name is Louise Hay. She's a American motivational speaker, author. Let's listen. She say, "Let go and trust the universe." Louise Hay, miracles come when you let go. So yes, you have to let go. This is 2026. We are letting go of the past. We are letting go of the fake people. Oh, this music. I don't want to get copyrighted. I will leave the link of the video, the description of this live stream, so you can listen. Every morning is good to have maybe 10 minutes where you're just listening, and it will help you start your day on the right side. Okay, let's try another one. This one is from a channel called Heal and Manifest. It has 14,000 views. It says, Louise Hay, act as if your dreams are already here. Yeah, fake it till you make it. I'm of that philosophy. You fake it till you make it, but you remain authentic with yourself. Like you already visualize and you see yourself as the future Jeff or Alexis or Louise 10 years from now, 5 years from now, living your dream life. Fake it till you make it.
What if I told you that the fastest way to get what you want is to start living like you already have it? I know. You're probably thinking, that sounds ridiculous. I can't afford to act like I'm wealthy when my bank account is laughing at me. But stay with me, because what I'm about to share with you is going...
Jeff says, get what you need to pay your bills as long as you can. Stay proud of what you do. Exactly. Yeah. And look at your bank account, smile at it, be thankful for whatever is in there. Even if sometimes it's $5, $10. I used to have overdraft all the time. I would pay bills before the end of the month, there would be nothing there. So I was very, very, very grateful for credit cards. At one point, I had 3 different credit cards, and it helped me so much. But yes, you have to be in that state of mind where you show gratitude, and the money that you're receiving every day, touch it and thank it. Talk to the dollar bill. It's your friend, yeah, with a gentle, kind voice. And realize that money is your friend and make it work for you. That's it. If you have $5,000, $7,000, $10,000, try to invest that money. Use the money appropriately. Your rent, that's what's supposed to come. Or if you have a house or mortgage, I used to have a house. Actually, earlier I was looking at some of the emails that I got back in 2019 when I had the house with my ex-husband. And I have to call the realtor to make sure that I remove my name from any documents. I remember signing some paperwork, talking to the lawyer. And the appraisal guy, I want to make sure they have nothing with my name or my social security number or my data. I want it out, delete it, removed. I don't want nothing to do with my ex-husband. But yeah, you have to make sure to pay your rent, your mortgage. If you have utility bills, you have to take care of that first. Of course, right after that comes food. Right after that comes taking care of your house when it comes to cleaning products, toiletry. Make sure you shower every day, brush your teeth, wash your hair, look good, smell good. Take care of your hygiene. Take care of your home. Declutter if you have too many stuff that you don't need, that are unnecessary to be around. do what I do. Go to Goodwill if you have a Goodwill where you live in your locality. Go to shelters, give to people. I always do that. I recycle, I give away, I donate. And since I've come from a shelter system, I was homeless for 1 year back when I was pregnant. 23 years ago with my second daughter. I always give to shelters, especially women's shelters. So you give back to your community and you always receiving. What goes around comes around, remember? The karma effect, it will come back to you in many folds. And sometimes it's from like mysterious sources, like you would never believe or imagine or expect. Like yesterday, my daughter, my 24-year-old, came with the mail, and I opened the mail, a letter. I was surprised. I'm like, who's writing to me? I wasn't expecting, and I opened it, and it's a $200 check for my car insurance company. I was like, wow, thank you. I wasn't expecting that money today. So yeah, I went to put in the deposit at Wells Fargo earlier today, about 2 hours ago. But yeah, so just expect the most beautiful, amazing things, and they will definitely come your way. And treat people with kindness, be respectful, be a decent human being, and just leave God to take care of the rest. That's it. It's all about energy. Where you focus your attention, that's where energy will keep growing, flowing, and going. That's it. Do your best every single day. Forgive yourself. Just celebrate you. Celebrate life. Live the life to the fullest. That's what I say, and that's what I've been living by all these years. Even though I was going through struggle financially, I always been kind to others. I gave to veterans, to non-Muslim people, gave to homeless. I talk to people that that I know I can brighten the day. I smile, and I mind my business. I mind my own business. I don't try to be here in the neighborhood gossiping, trying to defame this person, trying to abuse that person. I stay to myself. As many of you know, I'm a single mom. I'm 52. I have 4 kids, and my kids will tell you when I pass away that mom, she never tried to get into trouble with other people. She was by herself. She stayed at home. She never brought somebody in the house that was not supposed to be. And she was a good mom. She was a good person. That I know that my kids will say that about me. I mean, I wasn't always the best mother, but I did the best I could with what God gave me. That for sure, I did. And I have an amazing family in France. My parents are amazing. I couldn't have better parents, even though we went through some, you know, disagreement. I remember I ran away from home. Something probably nobody knows here in my YouTube channel. I ran away from home. Yes, I was a I was a rebellious 17-year-old. I was going through a lot. I was going through thought of ending my life, depression. But now everything's good. My parents, we are on good terms. My father is growing older. My mom, she's still remaining so beautiful and useful, even though she's in her late 60s. Yeah, she got me when she was 14. At that time in Africa, we Muslim, we get married at early age, so we don't do boyfriend girlfriend relationships. So when she was 13, she got married. Oh, thank you. Jeff says you're doing well in life, happy and good energy. Yes, yes, that's what I always try to spread everywhere I go. Good energy, positive vibes, trying to make people smile and, try to remind them to keep counting their blessings. I always say to people, it could get worse, it could be worse. So we realize that and just keep counting your blessings every day, just the fact that you woke up today, the fact that you were able to go to the bathroom by yourself, that you didn't have to have somebody looking at your private and cleaning your derriere, your butt. All these things, this is something we don't even think about because we're doing it as creatures of habit, and it's normal for us, but we never stop and think that maybe one day I'm going to lose my sanity, I might become senile and lose my memory and become a person with dementia or Alzheimer or have Parkinson disease, where I'm shaking and I can barely hold something without it breaking or falling down. We have to really sit down with ourselves and be grateful and count all the good things that we have. Like one of my mentors said, think about the thing that you have and stop focusing on what you don't have. And then more blessing, more bounties will come pouring into your life. And I truly believe that. And I've lived that all my life here in America since I became more aware that I am blessed and not cursed, which is something I used to think years ago. Like, why me? Why all these bad things happening to me? And then I realized going through studying the Quran, Islam, my faith that God, when He loves you, He's going to test you with the worst, with calamities, with trials, with tribulations, with so much of nightmare and roller coaster hardships and struggles. But they are adventure. That's how now I'm taking them adventures. Jeff says, about to head out to eat, Nia. Keep jamming. Yeah, we're jamming here. We're jamming. We're jamming. Bob Marley. Thank you so much, Jeff, for coming to the live and bringing your positive attitude. Love you. Take care. Thank you so much. Bye. All right, let's listen. Louise, hey, act as if your dreams are already here.
To completely shift how you approach your dreams, your goals, and your entire life. And it's simpler than you think. Here's what's really happening right now. You have dreams, beautiful, exciting dreams. Maybe it's financial freedom, maybe it's a loving relationship,
Yeah.
maybe perfect health, maybe it's a career that lights you up. You can see it in your mind. You want it desperately. Then you look at your current reality and there's this massive gap between where you are and where you want to be. So what do? You wait. You say, when I get the money, then I'll feel abundant. When I meet the person, then I'll feel loved. When I lose the weight, then I'll feel confident. You're waiting for the outside world to change before you allow yourself to feel the feelings you're chasing. And I get it, I really do. It feels logical, it feels responsible, it feels like you're being realistic. You don't want to be one of those delusional people living in fantasy land, right?
No.
You've got bills to pay and real life to deal with.
Exactly.
But here's what nobody tells you, and this is the key to everything. Your feelings create your reality, not the other way around. You've got the whole equation backwards, sweetheart. You're waiting to feel abundant after the money comes, but the money is actually waiting for you to feel abundant first.
Yeah.
You're waiting to feel loved after the relationship shows up, but the relationship is waiting for you to embody that loving energy first.
Yeah.
The universe responds to who you're being right now,
Exactly.
not who you're hoping to become someday. Let me explain this in a way that makes sense. Think about how a magnet works. A magnet doesn't sit around waiting for metal to appear and then decide to become magnetic. It's already magnetic, and that's why the metal comes to it. You are the magnet. Your dreams are the metal. But if you're sitting there feeling broke, lonely, stuck, and desperate, you're literally repelling what you want. Not because you're bad or because the universe is mean, but because energy attracts like energy. This isn't mystical nonsense. This is physics meeting, psychology meeting, spirituality, and it all points to the same truth. Your brain has something called the reticular activating system. Fancy name, simple concept.
Yeah.
It's a filter that decides what information from the millions of bits of data around you.
The reticular activating system is like your filter inside your brain. So you see how when you buy a car, maybe a Honda Civic, all of a sudden you're gonna start seeing Honda Civics when you turn right, when you turn left. Yeah, like all of a sudden you're starting seeing them because your attention keep focusing on that, and that's what you actually cherish and you treasure. Like that's what is important to you. Like let's say you go to a restaurant and all of a sudden you hear a conversation next table talking about a business convention in, let's say, Dallas, Texas, and you've been talking and dreaming about going to Dallas, Texas. So this is what she's explaining.
You actually makes it into your conscious awareness. Right now, if you're living in lack, feeling the absence of what you want, your brain is filtering reality to show you more lack. You notice every bill, every rejection, every closed door.
Yeah, that's why when you keep thinking about bills, oh my God, I keep having bills. Every time I open the mailbox, it's another bill. Well, guess what? Your brain's going to think that that's all you want. You keep wanting bills. And that's exactly what it's going to keep showing up, bills, bills. So be careful what you focus on.
But when you shift your internal state and start acting as if your dreams are already here, your brain recalibrates.
Yes.
Suddenly you start noticing opportunities, ideas, people, and synchronicities that were there all along, but you couldn't see them because you weren't tuned to that frequency.
Yes.
So let's get practical, because I'm not here to just inspire you for 5 minutes. I want to change your life. Acting as if doesn't mean pretending. It doesn't mean lying to yourself or denying reality. It means embodying the energy, the feeling, the state of being of the person who already has what you want. It's about closing the gap internally before the external world catches up. First step, and this is where most people get it wrong, you need to get clear on the feeling you're actually chasing.
Exactly.
You think you want $1 million, but what you really want is the feeling of security, freedom, and peace that you think $1 million will give you. You think you want the relationship, but what you really want is the feeling of being cherished, seen, and loved.
Exactly.
So stop chasing the thing and start cultivating the feeling. Because here's the secret. You can feel abundant right now with $20 in your pocket if you choose to. You can feel loved right now, single and alone.
Yeah, that's true.
If you decide to give yourself that love.
Give it to
The
yourself.
feelings are available right now. They're
Self-love.
not locked behind some future achievement. Second step, start making small decisions from that elevated state. This is where acting as if becomes tangible and real. Ask yourself every single day, how would the version of me who already has my dream life handle this situation? If you want to be healthy, how would a healthy person respond to stress?
Yeah.
Probably not by eating an entire pizza at midnight, right? They'd go for a walk, call a friend, journal, meditate. If you want to be abundant, how would an abundant person treat money? They wouldn't hoard it in fear. They'd spend it wisely, tip generously, invest in themselves, and trust more is coming.
Yeah.
If you want to be in a loving relationship, how would someone who deeply loves themselves show up today? They'd set boundaries. They'd speak kindly to themselves. They'd choose people and situations that honor them. Every small decision is a vote for who you're becoming. Start voting for your dream self. Third, and this one's fun, start dressing the part.
Yeah.
I'm serious.
Dress
This
the
isn't
part.
about vanity or materialism. This
Dress
is
the
about
part.
energetic alignment. If your dream self is confident, polished, and put together, why are you shuffling around in clothes that make you feel frumpy and invisible? You don't need expensive clothes.
No.
You need clothes that make you feel like the person you're becoming.
Exactly.
When you look in the mirror, you should see your future self staring back at you, not your stuck self. The way you present yourself to the world is a declaration of how you see yourself. Make it a powerful...
I remember years ago, people would, even to this day, people would compliment me on how I dressed, and I would always proudly tell them where I bought the stuff, and they were shocked. And I used to always go to Goodwill, Salvation Army, and buy second-hand clothing, and I had no shame to say so. You save a lot of money. There's some clothes that look like they cost $100, $200, where you actually paid for just one item about $7, $10, $15. So yes, it's all about shopping smart.
Declaration. Fourth, clean up your environment. Your outer world is a reflection of your inner world, and it also influences your inner world. If you want abundance but you're living in chaos and clutter, you're sending mixed signals. If you want love, your home feels cold and uninviting, you're not creating space for that energy. Act as if your dream life is already here, by creating a physical environment that matches it.
Exactly.
You don't need a mansion. You need a space that feels good, that uplifts you, that you're proud of. Light a candle, put fresh flowers on the table, make your bed beautifully. These small acts say, I am worthy of beauty. I am already living my best life.
I am.
Fifth, Watch your language.
Watch your
The
language.
words you use are casting spells on your reality.
Watch your language.
Literally, every time you say, I can't afford that, you're affirming lack. Every time you say, I'm so broke, you're declaring poverty. Every time you say, I'll never find love, you're closing the door. Start speaking as if your dreams are already done deals. I'm so grateful money flows to me easily. I'm in the process of calling in my perfect partner. My body is healing and getting stronger every day. You're not lying. You're aligning your words with the reality you're creating. And your subconscious mind is listening to every word. Now let me address the biggest objection I know you're having. But what if I act as if and nothing changes? What if I look stupid? What if I get my hopes up and I'm disappointed again? Here's what I know after decades of watching people transform their lives. The only way acting as if doesn't work is if you give up too soon, or if you're doing it with desperation instead of trust. If you're acting as if while simultaneously doubting, worrying, and checking every 5 minutes to see if it's working yet, you're sabotaging yourself. You have to commit. You have to trust. You have to stay in the energy even when the external evidence isn't there yet. That's what faith is. Not blind belief, but choosing to align with what you want before you can see it.
Yeah.
And here's the beautiful part. Even if, in some alternate universe, acting as if didn't manifest your exact dream, you still win. Because you've spent your time feeling abundant,
Exactly.
loved, confident, and joyful, instead of feeling lacking, lonely, and miserable.
Yes, always have this attitude and this mentality of abundance instead of this mentality of scarcity. Think there's so much out there, and there's also things that you will achieve that are meant for you. That's exactly how you have to live this life, and that's how you have to view your life. So this was Louise Hay. Act as if your dreams are already here. I will leave the link down below the description. Now I have another one for you. It says heal and manifest the channel, and it's I am rich and abundant affirmations, and it's for you so you can realize how you are going to continue building your financial house, so you're going to get wealth and prosperity.
Look at you, right here, right now, ready to change your relationship with abundance.
Yeah.
I want you to know something precious. You didn't stumble upon this video by accident. Your spirit led you here because deep down, you already know you deserve wealth, prosperity, and all the beautiful things life has to offer.
Amen.
And darling, you're absolutely right.
Yes, you are.
Now, let me guess what's been happening in your world. You work hard, you're a good person, you do everything you're supposed to do, and yet somehow the money situation never quite feels comfortable, does it? Maybe you pay your bills and there's not much left over. Maybe you look at your bank account and feel that familiar knot in your stomach. Perhaps you've tried affirmations before, sat there saying, I am rich, while your inner voice immediately shouted back, yeah, right. Have you seen your credit card statement? I understand completely, and I want you to know that your struggle is real, it's valid, and most importantly, it's not your fault. You weren't taught how to think about money in a way that actually serves you. Here's what's really happening, and this is so important to understand. From the time you were tiny, you absorbed beliefs about money like a little sponge. Maybe you heard, money doesn't grow on trees, or rich people are greedy, or we can't afford that. These weren't just casual comments. They became programs running in your subconscious mind. And sweetheart, your subconscious mind is incredibly powerful.
Yes,
it's like the operating system of your life.
Yes, it is.
Working 24 hours a day to prove your beliefs right. If you believe deep down that you're meant to struggle financially, your brilliant mind will create situations that match that belief. It's not punishing you. It's simply being obedient to what you've taught it. Think of it this way. If I planted tomato seeds in my garden and then got upset when tomatoes grew instead of roses, that would be silly, wouldn't it? Yet that's exactly what we do with our thoughts. We plant seeds of lack and limitation, water them daily with worry and complaint, and then wonder why abundance doesn't bloom in our lives. The wonderful news, the absolutely magnificent news, is that you can change what you're planting, starting right this moment. Your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between what's happening in the physical world and what you repeatedly tell it with emotion and conviction.
Exactly.
This isn't a city. Your brain creates neural pathways based on repeated thought patterns. And money, abundance, prosperity, these are just thought patterns that have taken physical form in your life. When you change the patterns, you change the results.
Exactly.
It's that beautifully simple. So let me share with you the practical steps that will transform your financial reality. And I do mean transform. These aren't quick fixes. This is about fundamentally changing your relationship with abundance. First, we must clear out the old programming. I want you to take a few minutes today with a piece of paper. Write at the top what I learned about money growing up. Then just let it flow. Write down every message you remember hearing about money, wealth, rich people, poor people, all of it. Don't judge it. Just get it out. You might be surprised what comes up. Money is the root of all evil. You have to work hard for every penny.
Thank you.
There's never enough. Once it's on paper, read it through and recognize these are not universal truths. These are just thoughts other people thought and then passed on to you. Thank them for trying to protect you or guide you, and then say out loud, these are all thoughts that no longer serve me. I release them with love. You might feel silly doing this. Do it anyway. This is powerful work.
Do it anyway.
Second, and this is where the real magic begins.
Yes.
You're going to create new thought patterns about money.
Exactly.
And you're going to do it with feeling.
Yeah.
Here's the secret nobody tells you about affirmations. You can't just mumble, I am wealthy, while feeling broke and expect miracles.
Yeah.
The feeling is what impresses the subconscious. So when you say your affirmations, and we'll get to the powerful ones in just a moment, I want you to imagine how it feels to have money flowing easily to you.
Yeah.
Feel the relief, the freedom, the joy, the gratitude. Your mind responds to emotion. Let me give you the affirmations that will begin to rewire everything. Say these out loud whenever you can, especially first thing in the morning and right before bed, because that's when your subconscious is most receptive. Are you ready?
Yes.
Here we go. I am a magnet for money.
I am a magnet for money.
Prosperity of every kind is drawn to me. I rejoice in the abundance of being able to pay my bills easily and comfortably. Money comes to me in expected and unexpected ways. I am open and receptive to all the wealth life offers me. I deserve to be wealthy and abundant. My income is constantly increasing. I attract lucrative opportunities effortlessly. There is enough for everyone, including me. I release all resistance to attracting money. I embrace my worthiness to receive unlimited wealth.
Yes.
Money flows to me easily and freely.
Yes.
I am grateful for the abundance that I have.
I am.
And the abundance that's on its way to me.
Amen.
Now, feel how those words land in your body. If you notice resistance, if a little voice says, but that's not true for you, just smile at it. That's the old programming trying to stay in control. Thank it for sharing and keep going. Third practical step. Start treating money like a beloved friend instead of a difficult relative you're avoiding.
Exactly.
Look at your bank account regularly.
Yes, I
Not
do.
with dread, but with appreciation for whatever is there.
Oh, yes.
Even if it's just a few dollars.
Thank you,
Bless
Lord.
money.
I am
Thank
blessed.
it. When you pay a bill,
Thank you.
instead of resenting the expense, say thank you for this service. I'm so glad I have the resources to pay for this.
Yes.
This shifts you from a vibration of lack to a vibration of gratitude.
Exactly.
And gratitude is the most magnetic force in the universe.
Yeah.
Here's a fun one that really works. Start carrying around $100 bill if you can.
Yes.
Or whatever denomination feels abundant to you.
Yes.
Just carry it, don't spend it.
Don't spend it.
Every time you touch it, every time you see it, you're reminding your subconscious that you have money. You hold money. Money is comfortable in your hands.
Yes.
This is not about the actual $100. This is about the feeling of having it with you.
Yes.
Fourth, act as if you're already wealthy in ways that cost you nothing.
I am wealthy.
How would a wealthy version of you walk into a room? Probably with your head up, right?
Yes.
With confidence.
Yes.
How would a prosperous you speak to others? Probably with generosity and kindness, not from a place of fear or defensiveness. How would an abundant you organize your wallet, your purse, your space? Probably with care and respect. Start doing these things now. You're not faking it. You're aligning with the truth of who you really are, which is a prosperous, abundant being having a temporary experience of limitation. Fifth, and this one is important, pay attention to how you speak about money,
Yes.
both out loud and in your head. Catch yourself when you say things like, I can't afford that, or I'm so broke, or money is tight. These are affirmations too, just negative ones, and they're very powerful.
Yes.
Instead say, I'm choosing not to purchase that right now, or I'm directing my resources elsewhere at the moment.
Exactly.
See the difference?
Yeah.
One makes you a victim. The other makes you powerful and in choice. Let me tell you something I know for certain. The universe is infinitely abundant.
Yeah.
Look at nature. Does the ocean worry about having enough water?
No.
Does the apple tree stress about producing enough apples?
No.
Of course not. Abundance is the natural state of the universe, and you are part of that universe.
Yeah.
You are made of the same creative energy that makes roses bloom and stars shine. That creative energy wants to flow through you in the form of ideas, opportunities, and yes, money. Your only job is to stop blocking it with your limiting beliefs. Here's what I want you to do right after this video ends. Don't just close it and move on with your day. Take action immediately while this energy is fresh. Choose one affirmation that resonates most strongly with you. Just one. Write it on a sticky note and put it where you'll see it constantly. On your bathroom mirror, on your computer screen, on your steering wheel. Every single time you see it today, say it out loud with feeling. Just that one thing will start to create change. Then, before you go to bed tonight, I want you to do something that might feel a little strange but is incredibly powerful. Lie in your bed, close your eyes, and imagine yourself 6 months from now living in complete financial abundance. See the details. What does your space look like? How do you feel when you check your bank account? What are you doing with your money? Feel the gratitude, the freedom, the peace. Spend at least 5 minutes in this visualization. You're literally programming your subconscious mind for wealth. You're giving it a new blueprint to follow. Remember, changing your financial reality is not about working harder or being smarter or getting lucky. It's about changing what you believe is possible for you and then maintaining that new belief until your outer world catches up with your inner world. And it will catch up. It always does. The universe is lawful. What you plant, you harvest. Plant prosperity thoughts, harvest prosperous results. I believe in you, even if you don't fully believe in yourself yet. I believe you deserve to be wealthy. I believe abundance is your birthright. I believe you have everything within you right now to create a completely different financial reality. Not someday, not when conditions are perfect, right now, today, with the thoughts you choose and the beliefs you cultivate. So take a deep breath with me. Feel yourself in this moment, open and ready. Say this with me. I am rich
I am
and
rich
abundant.
and abundant.
Wealth flows to me easily and joyfully.
Wealth
I
flows through
deserve
me easily
prosperity,
and abundantly.
and so it
I
is.
deserve
If this
prosperity.
resonates with you, if you're ready to truly commit to this journey of financial transformation, do me a favor. Leave a comment below telling me one limiting belief about money that you're ready to release. Just name it. Bringing it into the light diminishes its power. And then tell me one new abundant thought you're choosing to believe instead. When you write it down, when you declare it, you make it real. You're making
Yes.
a
When you write it down, remember how I'm always reminding you to write it down, have a journal, have a vision board. It's so important. The importance of writing it down is going to work. I'm telling you, do it. This one says, Louise, hey, open your heart to receive infinite love. Yes, I'm always here trying to spread love, positivity. Let's listen up, okay?
Let me ask you something. When's the last time you truly let yourself receive love? Not just a half-hearted thanks when your coworker offers you a piece of gum, but actually let the warmth of care or a compliment wash over you. If you're racking your brain trying to remember, or secretly hoping nobody notices your answer, you're not alone. Infant open with a gentle nudge. But half the time, the sensors are a little wonky. We all know life can sometimes make us feel like love is the exclusive club with a bouncer at the door. Maybe you think you need to wear something fancier, smile a different way, or never, ever trip over your words. Here's the thing, it's exhausting working so hard just to feel worthy of love. Like showing up to a potluck and thinking you had to cater the whole thing alone. Let's pause for a second, because I want to acknowledge you. I know you might feel like you've tried opening your heart earned, and only after you've checked off impossible boxes. Be smarter, be taller, be less weird at parties. If that's you, I see you. I know how real that struggle feels. So take a moment and allow yourself to be human right now. No judgment, no fixing, just noticing. Let's talk about this core challenge. Why is it so difficult to simply let ourselves receive love? Why do we turn compliments into tennis balls we smack right back at people? Or treat kindness as something suspicious, like an email from a prince wanting to wire us $1 million? At the root of it, most of us have built up some barriers, old experiences, self-doubt, and a stubborn little voice in our head saying, yeah, but not you. You're an exception. The world taught us that if we protect ourselves behind enough, I've got this, and I'm fine, really, then nothing can hurt us. But here's the trick. The same walls that keep out hurt also block out joy, connection, and yes, love. What if I told you those barriers might have been helpful once, but now they're like carrying around a winter coat in the middle of July? Uncomfortably heavy, a little sweaty, and completely unnecessary for the weather you're in now. Let's get practical. Let's take a little journey in how the brain works. Because science says our minds love habits, good ones, weird ones, ones that tell us never to trust a person wearing cargo shorts. Right now, your habit might be to deflect love, to avoid vulnerability, or to question nice things that come your way. But the brain is actually quite flexible. It's called neuroplasticity, but you don't need the biology degree to benefit. Every new thought, every moment you allow yourself to receive love, you're rewiring those circuits and opening up fresh possibilities. Philosophers would say that love isn't something you get when you finally fix yourself. Love is your default setting. It's your operating system, not an expensive app you have to download after you qualify. So, how do we update our system software to receive infinite love? Here's a framework you can plug in right now, some simple steps you can start, even while you're muting that next Zoom meeting. No shame, I've done it. Step 1. Start with curiosity, not criticism. When you notice you're shutting down, sidestepping a compliment, or explaining away someone's affection, pause. Imagine you're a gentle scientist, not a security guard. Isn't it interesting how I instantly dismissed that kind word? Don't shame yourself, just observe it. The goal is awareness, not judgment. Step 2, interrupt the pattern with affirmation. This is the moment where you get to be your own hype person. It might sound corny, but trust me, it works. Take a breath and say, "It's safe for me to let love in." Or,
It's safe.
"I am open and
Yes.
willing to receive love
I'm open
in small
to
or big
receive
ways
love.
from
I
myself and
deserve
others."
love.
Feel like a fraud at first? That's normal. Half of confidence is just showing up for the rehearsal. Step 3, practice tiny receives. Think of it as building your love muscle at the emotional gym without any unnecessary sweating or pricey memberships. Every single day, pick one act, just one, where you allow yourself to receive without pushing it away or qualifying it. It could be accepting praise for a job well done without adding, "Oh, it was nothing." Or when a friend offers to pay for your coffee, don't launch into a wallet duel, smile and accept. Even the classic, "You look nice today," just answer with a sincere, "Thank you."
Thank you.
And notice how tricky that can be at first. That little discomfort, it's the sound of your heart's hinges getting some WD-40. Step 4, give yourself the gift you want to receive. It turns out the person most in need of your love is, you guessed it, you.
Yeah.
So treat yourself with the same gentleness and encouragement you offer everyone else.
Self-love.
That voice in your head, would you talk to your best friend that way?
Yes, that's Louise Hay. Open your heart to receive infinite love. I put the link of the channel down in the description of this live stream. Now, let's talk about narcissism and why it's so hard to live a narcissist. Because a lot of people are stuck in these toxic, abusive relationships. So I have this amazing lady. Her name is Lisa Beaulieu, and she's with Dr. Ramani. And they discuss about why it's so difficult to live a narcissist. Listen up.
You're like, "I'm doing the right thing." But what you're actually doing is getting rid of yourself.
Wow, I didn't expect that last line. Oh my God, that hit me so hard.
Yeah, you have to put yourself first when you're in a toxic environment, toxic
You got rid of
relationship.
yourself. God damn.
Very
Okay.
important.
So how do you,
Very important. Put yourself first.
in this situation like you've just laid out, you've decided I need to stay in this relationship, or I've chosen to stay in this narcissistic relationship because of X reason. And so you've gone back and you've looked, how do you start to rebuild yourself in that narcissistic relationship?
So there's two sets of reasons, right? In some ways, the practical reasons are the easy reasons, right? Because they're kind of superficial, right? This is what my faith requires. This is what my culture says. Housing is expensive. Lisa, I cannot tell you how many people over the years I've had to walk through narcissistic relationships in LA.
They're everywhere, narcissists. They're in the government, in the school system, they're
Where
at
the housing is
church,
so expensive,
mosque,
and they're like,
everywhere.
we can't, neither of us can afford to leave this. Like, so in the way a divorce works, right? You either buy the other person out. So a house they might have bought for $300,000 now is now worth $2 million. Neither has $1 million to buy the other one out. They sell the house. What they're left with isn't enough to acquire a new residence. So some people are saying, it's a practicality thing. My job's in LA. I can't, so they're making these really, really painful decisions on the basis of practical things like that. Now, the nice thing about that is you can make sense of that. Like it's very clear. I'm staying in this for the money. A person has to break through the shame of that because there is no shame. I think that's a practical reason. What's your option? Where to live. Like, it's really to say, I get this. I also get people saying, I'm staying for my kid. And then once they get to a point where the kids have more autonomy, sometimes it's the kid's 18th birthday, that day march down to the court and say, I'm filing for divorce. So people, those are I hate to say it, easy part. The harder part is the trauma bonded piece, where those good days are making you justified. And in that case, you have to give up on the thing that's kept you going for years or decades, which is this might get better. Maybe it will get better. Maybe if I wait another 6 months, a year, till they retire, till this, till that,
It
till
never
blah,
gets
till
better.
that. And so it's been in this.
It never gets better. It just gets worse because narcissists, as they age, they get even worse with the nonsense and drama and tantrum and having it their way and not caring about your emotion, your feelings. It just gets worse.
It's been a lifetime of chasing a carrot, of chasing a moving goalpost. So now you're saying you can't, it's done. Like the game is rigged. You can't win the game. So there's no more hope. It will always be like this. And the justification cycle that's a lot harder because that's deeper. It's deeper into someone's emotional DNA. But the big technique in all of this is A, understanding the architecture of it. B, something I write about in my new book, something called multiple truths. We want one thing to be true. He's a bad guy. He's not always a bad guy. People at work actually kind of think he's a nice guy. And then he bailed out the neighbor who had a broken hip. And then he did help your sister, but then he cheated on you. But then he was nice to your kid. But then he did this idea of the narcissistic person as a simple, one-dimensional cartoon villain is just not real. I wish it was. It would make it so much easier.
Yeah.
But people are like, they were really nice to my mom when she was sick, and they're cheating on me, and they screamed at me, and they're just like, and I say to them, think of this as a stack of pancakes. Thing after thing after thing, they're all true. And in the end of it, though, it's not good for you. Because their cruel, invalidating behavior, that's the checkmate. And that's never acceptable. And a person can be nice to your sick parent and be cruel to you.
Exactly.
And that cruelty to you is taking a toll.
Yeah.
And if you're staying because they're nice to your mother, simultaneously you need to recognize it's not okay if someone treats you badly. And that you do not need to get your identity from that. You have to be very clear, like, okay, I need this support with my parent right now. This thing that's happening in the relationship is bad. I need to disconnect from this. I need to disengage from this. I have to recognize this is not good for me. It's that. Is that easy? No, absolutely not.
How do you do that thing? I know you said that it's not easy, but because if you're living in the same house as somebody, and you've decided, I'm going to stay in this relationship, I've got my reasons, we've just done everything that you've just said, they understand the identity thing, and I'm just projecting, I'm thinking about myself living in that house, I would feel like, okay, I know what they're like, I know that they can maybe erupt, I know that they're, their tendencies, but then I would, like, on tiptoes. If you're living with someone, you have to be on tiptoes, always worried about if they're going to erupt. How do you
have to be on tiptoes? And as long, again, I'm taking violence out of this because it muddies the waters, right?
Yes.
So they yell, it ain't about you, it's about them. And they want a tantrum like a 3-year-old, get up and go to another room, take a walk, like let them have their tantrum. What do we do with a tantruming 3-year-old? We don't engage with them. We're like, you work this out, you make the child safe. But I can't tell you how many times I drank a cup of tea and watched my child flail on the ground until she worked it out, read a book. She had to get it out, and then she was done. And then I'm like, how you doing? Except the difference in narcissists, you wouldn't even ask them how you doing. So they rage. It's not about you. Life. It's not personal. It's who they are. They are a tantruming child. Yep. So maybe you can. The eggshells come from the idea that you think you can do something about this. I'm telling you, there's nothing you can do. So why are you walking on eggshells? Live your life.
Live your life.
I love that. I had a video that you did where it was actually really funny because you're giving these things like, look, this is how you get under a narcissist's skin. Mm-hmm. But I'm not telling you so you can go and get under their skin.
But this is how it happens.
Right. Mm-hmm. I think you call it the framework of what's going to set them off. Now, even as with what we're talking about, knowing the framework, I worry that I would inevitably slip into the pattern, right? Because I think a couple of them you say is like they hate it when you're blasé. They hate it when you, you kind of take your own time, or that you're center of attention. Like all these things that really are going to set them off.
They hate for you to have people that like you, that are drawn towards you. They want to be the center of attention. That's what a narcissist at the core, because it's all about themselves. They are self-absorbed. Self-absorbed.
Off. If I knew that, if I'd chosen to stay in this relationship, I worry that I would, like, oh my God, I can't be center of attention because that's going to set them off.
Correct. So here's where we talk about that splitting our identity. Part of radical acceptance is being okay with them being set off. Does that make sense? Now, nobody out there welcomes rage. People who had histories of trauma, histories of growing up in very verbally violent households, that presence of yelling, conflict, I'll own it very personally for myself. I'm somebody who gets very scared when someone's, even like, let's say we're in a place and there were two people over there yelling at each other, it had nothing to do with me. I would not be able to pay attention to you anymore, because it knocks my guitar string.
Yes, it triggers.
Sort of, it leaves me rattled, and that's because of my own histories with verbal violence. So you're absolutely right, Lisa, that a person who has that sort of wired traumatic history, wired emotional history, where things like yelling or certain kinds of criticisms would feel very uncomfortable at almost a nervous system level, are almost going to unconsciously avoid those circumstances. Like, don't pay attention to me, please don't pay attention to me, because I don't want this guy to yell, not even because you even care anymore, but because it's emotionally rattling. Okay? That's why therapy becomes so important.
Very.
Because then it's the work of the
It's so important to go to therapy. You need to talk to someone when you are being abused or when you're trying to heal from narcissistic emotional abuse. You need to go to therapy and take all the time you need. I took about 5 years to heal when I left in 2019, my ex-husband. And I am at peace finally. I'm in an amazing emotionally and mentally safe space in my head. I'm at peace.
Therapy, it could very well be that you start to learn, as long as I'm with this person, being the center of attention isn't worth the screaming. Right? It's not. They'll say, so I'm not going to put myself in those circumstances. I'm going to avoid as much as I can going to social gatherings with them. I'm going to be a bit more like not bring up myself so anyone's complimenting me. I may not invite them to events where I am the center of attention. But what that does mean too, and it's something where people can sort of take some of their power back, is to say, are there people in my life with whom I can be the center of attention and nothing bad will happen? So in other words, you have to cultivate healthy, seeing, recognizing human relationships, right? You're not getting it from that person. That's out. Then fine. So then it might be that and I've always said this to folks, if you're in a narcissistic relationship and you get good news, they are never the first person you tell. Ever. Because a lot of people think, they see how cool I am. If they see this cool thing I did, yeah, what then? You think they're going to congratulate you? They're going to view you as a competitor. They're going to tear you down with contempt. They're going to leave you feeling bad about it. You never want to tell them first. You have your people, whoever they are. It could be a friend. It could be a sibling. It could be a colleague. Whoever it is. It could be a shrink. I can't tell you how many times as a shrink, I'm the first person they take, Doc, you're not going to believe this, da-da. And I'm so happy for them. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm jumping out of my chair. I'm so proud of you. And they'll come back with me and say, my whole life, this is what I would have wanted from my mom or my dad, and I get it from you. And I'll say there's grief in that, because that's where you deserved it from. But I want you to understand, you just filled another person with joy, with something wonderful that happened to you. You slowly learn that people can see you. It may not be the people you wanted to have see you, but it can be others. And then you cultivate that. You take them your good news, and they're so proud of you, and you're like sort of smiling. And then after 3, 4, 5 of those encounters where someone's happy for you, then you tell the narcissist, and they're like, okay, fine, whatever. What is that? Like, yeah, okay, do we have to go to this thing? Like, psh. And then you know what? In your heart, those 5 other people are so proud of you. You're sort of like, whatever.
Oh God, I love that. And so do you suggest that people would maybe write a list of the things that they feel like they need, and then have that as like their cheat sheet? 'Cause I'm always trying to think about how I can, my emotion is to go to the person that I'm with, because you want them to show the love and the pride.
It's never going to happen.
You're right. So is it good to have a list of maybe the people to go to a certain situation, so that in that moment,
Yeah.
You don't revert back to thinking that your partner's going to do
You know what
something
I'd suggest? I'd say go through your phone. Who are those 5 people? Figure out an emoji for those 5 people. It could be whatever you want. It could be fire. It could be a heart. Whatever. So what that means is, at least I know this on my iPhone, that let's say you have those 5 people, right? Then when you search their, search your, like you search even on your contacts, your text, you put a little symbol, and all those the names are going to come out, and you just sort of even paste, because you've got your people that makes it easier, and then you can get the word out to the people who are happy for you, and I think that there's such a tremendous power for survivors. They're like, yeah, I'm not sharing with this person because this is meaningful to me and I don't want them to ruin it. There's a taking back. Some people say, isn't that a bummer you can't share with them? I'm like, no, that you know what they're going to say. So there's certainly a bummer and a grief that you're in this not so functional relationship. I understand that. But let the good things in your life still be good.
I love that so much. We talk about relationships and really identifying, because we've never spoken about what to do if you stay. Like, we've never gone into this step. So I really love this. It's the sort of thing that I've never necessarily thought about, because I'm always just like, how do we convince people to leave? Because that's, get away from it. But to your point, I think you've really laid out beautifully the reasons why certain people don't. The shame thing is super freaking important, because I assume that that's going to be something that if they decide to stay, that they feel shame, maybe because they're looking at another couple in another relationship. And so do they perceive that as maybe weakness on their part, do you think? And then does that tell them a story about themselves?
So so what you're suggesting is that when they feel shame about staying or falling for it, that they feel weak.
Correct, yes. But by comparing themselves to other people and other people's relationships.
So comparison. Okay, so let's talk about comparison for a minute. I had a fascinating conversation actually with a hair and makeup artist that was working with me the other day for something I was doing. And, she said to me, it seems like there are 2 types of people in the world. People who get this narcissism thing and people who don't. I'm like, yeah. And it's very terrible when the people who are in these relationships talk to the people who don't get it. Because more often than not, they're invalidated. Come on, it can't be that bad. This is your person. They talk nonsense, right? And I said, you kind of got to know who knows what, right? So that idea of comparison is tricky. First of all, we never know what's under the hood of a relationship. We really, really don't. And what's fascinating as a shrink is you get to look under the hood, right? And I think, God, everybody must think these people are the golden couple, and this is a disaster, right? And then you see sort of this chaotic family that's got all these problems, and you're like, oh my gosh, this is a well-oiled, beautiful machine. So I think, first of all, nothing we see is true. People who are proclaiming all this nonsense on social media it is nonsense. It's fiction, right? And so it's getting past that. But then I think that people do feel shame. They'll say, this person isn't going through this and I'm staying in this. What does this say about me? That's a very, very common reaction. And people don't know about this when they choose a partner. That's a big part of the problem is, and what we're finding is that everyone's like, well, the love bombing is only going to last 6 to 12 weeks. Shouldn't I have gotten out of this in 3 months? No, of course not. Because after those early 3 months of your relationship, now you've got all the equipment with which to build the justifications. And I actually do think it takes about a year to see a relationship is full on toxic. Short of like, you're dating someone and you're like, yeah, I'm not feeling it. I'm not talking about that. I'm like, someone's vibing with someone. You're feeling it. You're actually falling in love, but it's also unhealthy. Many people will want to, it'll take them a year before like, wow, this is just not okay. And heaven bless those who in the first year or two are like, this was just not shaping up cool, and they got out.
And
right?
Is that because the toxic narcissist person knows that they can't show all their cards at once and they finally show it after a year? Like, what is that? One of the biggest fallacies is that relationships shouldn't be work.
Needs take primacy. They're the only needs that are accounted for, right? And the narcissistic parent, in a way, resents the child for having needs other than theirs, as though it's the coffee machine, right, that talks to you. Like, really? And the child internalizes that parent's sense of subtle resentment for their needs and starts feeling like, I need to make myself smaller and smaller so I don't aggravate this parent. The child also learns that their relationship with their parent is quite transactional, that there are ways to win this parent over. Look a certain way, do a certain activity, behave a certain way, be perfect, be a great student, don't be seen, don't make noise. And the child, in the more extreme cases, can almost become obsessive and compulsive because these things, this high level of control, lets them feel a sense of control over this parental relationship, and maybe I can win them over for the rest of their lives. They will then wonder, what do I need to do to win this other person over? They learn that their needs will be shamed, so there's never a safe sense that I can express these needs. And if I do express them, I'm either going to lose the other person or the other person's going to rage at me.
Wow.
Those are not nice options, so
No, it's
you
not.
don't
Wow, big eye-opening about narcissism and why it's so difficult to live the narcissist. There's another channel I also have subscribed to. It's called The Little Shaman. And it's all about bringing awareness to what narcissism is, what the narcissist person does, and how you have to navigate being with them if you choose to be with them. She has a lot of amazing video, over 800 videos there about narcissism, about how you can heal. And I love this one that says, stop explaining to the narcissist. This works better. 7 years ago.
Hey everybody, it's Shaman Sister Sin. Today I wanted to talk to you about something that I think is really important and possibly one of the hardest things for narcissist loved ones to learn, and that is that you need to stop explaining. Narcissists look at things differently than the rest of us do. They are guided by emotion, not logic, not reason, and not intelligence. Emotion. This often causes their perception of things to be very, very different from other people's. They view everything through the lens of feeling, and their feelings are generally negative, out of control, and even frightening to them. It causes their perceptions and experiences to be negative and frightening to them as well. They believe feelings are facts. That's not just a saying or metaphor. They actually believe their feelings are facts. If they feel it, it must be true, regardless of whether it makes any sense or if they have any proof or anything else. Most people realize that feelings are not reliable. They sometimes make no sense, they're sometimes irrational, and they are certainly not facts. Most of us realize that high emotion can alter perception and that events viewed through the lens of emotion are often not viewed correctly. Narcissists do not understand this. They experience things exactly the opposite way. Events viewed through the lens of emotion are altered by the narcissist in order to fit the emotion. If they're angry at you, everything you do will be perceived negatively no matter what it is. If you're smiling, you must be laughing at them. If you brought them a sandwich or offered to share your food, there must be something wrong with the sandwich or the food. Even things you did in the past that were okay at the time are now viewed through this lens.
Oh my Lord. I will leave the link below. Stop explaining to the narcissist. This works better. The Little Shaman on Narcissist. Thank you so much. Big shout out to the mic drop BBQ that was here earlier. I really appreciate him that he stopped by one of my awesome modes, Jeff. Thank you for all of you who have shown your support here on Learn with Nia show. This is the place where we rise, we glow, we shine, we level up every single day, and we do it together, united. And I'm just very, very, very happy that you stopped by the channel. And remember, it's all about positive energy, good vibes, having real conversations, and just inspiring one another to elevate our life every single day, one message at a time. And if this message that I brought you here today in our live stream, if it speaks to you, please like, share, and comment. My name is Gnama. You already know I'm your girl, I'm your sister, I'm your friend, I'm your host. I really appreciate it. I love you very much. And I would love to hear your thoughts. Let me know where you are tuning in from. Love you. Until next time. We are rising, so practice self-love every single day. The live stream is about to end. Radiate, rise, reclaim. I love you.